Bulldogs versus Lucas Lady Cubs.
Girls high school hoops on the way from the Cub Cave, where Lucas returns to action for the first time in the new year against the visiting Crestline Lady Bulldogs. Mid-Buckeye action live and free on the OH Report is coming your way next.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Crestline on the road today at Lucas. Matinee serving of girls high school hoops starts right now for you folks out there in Facebook and YouTube land. Coming live and free to you from the Cub Cave. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to fabulous Lucas, Ohio. My name is Brian Skrodsky. I'm going to be with you every step of the way for this Mid-Buckeyes girls basketball clash between the Lady Bulldogs and the Lucas Lady Cubs. A couple of teams in a makeup game today that was scheduled to be played last month, but due to the craziness and fun that was 2020, just now getting together at the start of 2021 for this matchup, as we are getting ready to honor America with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. I'll step aside for just a couple of moments as we honor America, and we'll be back to get things underway here at Lucas. Girls Hoops coming up here in just a moment.
Microphone's not working, so we're going to do the national anthem real quick here.
And it looks like athletic director here for Lucas, Taylor Eisman, has taken the microphone. It is not working. I think he was going to sing and do a rendition today for us, but unfortunately that has fallen through the cracks, and we've just got music. We have paid our respects to the red, white, and blue, and we are ready to get high school basketball action underway on a full day of live streams here on the OH Report, which kicked off today this morning over at Malabar with a swim meet that I had an opportunity to be a part of along with Brock Sperling. And now over here at the Cub Cave, I know that we have simul action going down. More girls basketball on our Facebook and YouTube channels being played right now. Upper Sandusky and Mohawk currently clashing. And today's game, as mentioned, a makeup game where the Bulldogs coming in as losers of 3 straight after a 2-0 start. Lady Cubs still seeking some momentum to their season. 1 win and 4 tries for them. Bright spot for Lucas, though, has been the play of Shelby Grover, averaging 14 points per game. 3 players on the other side for Crestline, averaging right around 10 per contest. So they do have some nice-looking guards. As we'll tip things off, take a look at the starting lineups. Which for Crestline today will be Hannah DeLong. Next to Ivy Stewart in the backcourt. Deja Sewell, the leading scorer for them, the senior guard. Maddie Engler, the sophomore, and then Bryn Cheney inside rounds out the lineup for the Bulldogs, who get tied up here after the missed shot here to start tonight's game. Shelby Grover, as mentioned, the leading scorer for Lucas, wears number 3. Jamie Grover joins her in the backcourt. She's the senior guard for them, number 5. Tori Sauter, Tori Harvey, and Callie Nolan are the other starters for Lucas, who've got the basketball, and here comes Jamie Grover initiating the offense. Nice kick out, and then off the drive here, Sauter cut off on the baseline, ripped away by Cheney. Pressure being applied here to Sewell. Is able to break it down with the dribble. Keeps her balance. Now off the double team, looked like she tied up for a jump ball. Thought it might have been a travel there. Head coach Kyle Stroud for the Bulldogs been in place for a few years now. Thought maybe his guard got fouled on the play. Instead, it's going to be change the possession back over to the Lady Cubs after the tie-up. Only 6 active players today for Lucas, with Ryan Culler out due to an injury. So hopefully some of these young Cubs have the stamina that it takes to get through 4 quarters of action. Lady Cubs forcing a turnover there. Ill-advised pass from the senior guard, Hannah DeLong. Leading assister on the squad so far on the season. So typically make some solid decisions, but not on that last possession, as we're still looking for our first point of the basketball game. Not quite 2 minutes in here at the Cub Cave. Feed it inside, now the kick out. Good looking ball movement, sets up the jumper that comes up just short there from Harvey. But you see this consistent pressure from Lucas. Foul there going to the sophomore Shelby Grover, though. Be her first. Each team committing 1 foul so far each. DeLong nearly got her pocket picked. Sauter going down to the floor, and we've got another tie-up. That's 3 already here in the early going of this game. Crestline maintains the possession arrow. DeLong off the double, kicks it out. Stewart, cross-court pass. Now back to her. Stewart, quick trigger, and that one spins out. Rebound secured by Harvey. Jamie with the kick ahead to Tori. Cut off and a turnover. So slow, sloppy start here to this one. Neither team able to develop anything offensively. See if Sewell can change that. Driving all the way. Offensive foul is the call. Could be a big one. Callie Nolan, senior, stepping in. Able to draw that one. Here comes Shelby, matched up with Stewart, off of a double screen, and an offensive foul, moving screen. I think this is going to go against Harvey. Take a look here on the Mechanics Bank replay. Didn't see a whole lot there, but it will be the second team foul against Lucas. As Sewell has to go down. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Coach Strock just wants a 30-second timeout here. Obviously a strategy just to try to maintain possession. Saw that Deja was in a compromised position. Kyle telling me before the game it's been tough, like it has been for all teams so far throughout this season, just to get some continuity. They played their first game the week of Thanksgiving, then had a 23-day layoff, had a couple of games canceled due to opponents not being able to take the floor. Then they had some illness come through their team. So just one of those seasons that, of course, none of us are ever going to forget, the year of the COVID pandemic. Just trying to get some consistency with your practices and get gameplay has been tough for all these teams. Just the 6th game so far for Crestline, 5th so far for the Lucas Cubs. And 0 points so far in this game as we're still looking for a basket. Not going to get it right here, but an offensive rebound taken by Sewell. Sets up Ivy, short corner, and that one's too strong. Rebound taken by Grover. Leaves it off for Jamie. Cuts through the defense. Great pass in transition, and hey, we've got some points here. Both of those coming from Nolan. So 2-0 the score for the Lady Cubs, who come up with the turnover. Taken away by Jamie. Out in transition, back-to-back buckets. It's Shelby Grover making it 4-0 now for the Lady Cubs. And just getting into the offense has been challenging so far for Crestline, which is a bit of a surprise to me. 3 senior guards out here, and none of them really want to take control. DeLong off the drive. Got fouled on the shot attempt by Shelby Grover. Let's take a look at the replay of Shelby's bucket just a few moments ago. All set up by the nice defense by Jamie, getting out in transition and filling the lane well. DeLong finally gets Crestline on the board. It took them 4 minutes to find their first points. Now it makes it 4-2. Here comes Stewart to inbound. Gets it to DeLong. Lady Cubs gonna sit back now, half court, man-to-man. And that's been enough pressure for them to make things challenging thus far here for Crestline, who now do get into their offense. Sewell with the kick out to the corner. Nice first move by Stewart, but coming over from the weak side, defensive play made by Jamie Grover. DeLong to trigger. Now back to Stewart, hands off to Hannah. Pulls it out to half court. Trying to set up a set play here. Not very crisp with the execution. So Sewell takes matters into her own hands, had it stripped away. Maintaining possession, though, will be the Bulldogs, who are going to get in substitution. Delaney Kaiser, the sophomore, checking in. Give some height on the interior. Tallest player on the floor for either side now. Matched up with Tori Harvey. Hannah thought about the three. Now drives baseline, lost her footing, and it's because she got bumped on the play by Tori Sauter. So it'll be the 4th foul now against the Lady Cubs. And quickly, Crestline moving closer to the bonus. DeLong with some space. Keeps the dribble alive. Now quick trigger comes up short off the shot from Engler. And foul on the floor is going to go against Crestline. That's going to be 3 team fouls now. The last recipient was Sewell, so she's going to check out. Into the mix now, Kennedy Sipes, a freshman, so a Frosh in for the senior, as that's a great pass. Won't fall, though, off the baseline. Window dressing there from Callie Nolan. But Cubs going to maintain possession, much to the liking of Kathy Grover, longtime head coach over here for the Cubs. 3 ball on the way, and it finds the bottom for Tori Sauter. Extends the Lucas lead out to the biggest so far here of the afternoon, but a bump here on the perimeter from Jamie Grover. And every foul is going to matter here for these Lady Cubs. As mentioned, super short-handed this afternoon. Just 1 bench player. That's Riley Lane, who's into the mix now. Shelby going to take a quick seat. DeLong to the corner. Now brings it back out, sets up a 3 from Ivy Stewart. Can't match the 3 at the other end. Offensive rebound, though, from Sipes. Put back. Not there. Back the other way. Cubs might get an easy one, but the shot is blocked. Harvey's shot attempt will not find the bottom as the Cubs maintain their lead at 7-2. Take a look at the replay from the 3 ball just a few moments ago from Tori Sauter. Pure shot from the corner. Help extending the Lucas lead on the Mechanics Bank replay. Here's the long, tough jumper, but she gets it to fall. Makes it just a 1-score game now. Foul inside. It's going to put Nolan on the line. It's going to be the first foul against Delaney Kaiser. Former student of mine at Crestline Schools when she was just a young 8th grader, one of my star standouts in the class. My media production course. Looks like Delaney's grown a couple of inches since I last seen her. And splitting the pair there. So Lady Cubs got Crestline doubled up now, 8-4. Kaiser sets the screen. Stewart doesn't use it. Tried to thread it inside to Sipes. Here come the Cubs off the turnover. Grover slows things down, but wide open look. Overshooting everything, though, with Sauter. Sometimes you're just too wide open for your own good. And my stat man, Austin Michael, agrees. What are we looking at for turnovers here in the early going? Looks like Crestline, 7 giveaways already here in the first quarter. Definitely want to clean that up, on pace for 28 plus so far in this game. And like I said, I really thought with these 3 senior guards that they would take better care of the basketball. Has not been the case here early. Maybe just need to find their sea legs as DeLong unloads. Misfires off the 3 ball, rebounded to Grover. Slows it up. Now goes inside, no defense home. Nolan puts that one through the bottom. Gets the Cubs into double figures as we're down to our last 15 seconds here of the first quarter, where Lucas definitely has been the better team, the more aggressive unit at both ends, and going to come up with another takeaway here. We'll see what Grover can do. Last second shot up, and it's off the backboard from Nolan.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
We are back with second quarter action from the Cub Cave, where right now it's Lucas on top 10-4, but DeLong changes that. She buries a three, and that's a good sign for Crestline, who has been struggling so far today offensively. Brian Skronsky and now Austin Michael with me with the tail of the tape in terms of the stat line as the Cubs give it away. What'd you see there? What was the big difference in the first quarter, in your opinion, Austin?
The big difference in the first quarter is that Lucas, they later on in the quarter were able to get their shots to fall, but Crestline really hasn't been able to get their shots to fall until here recently when they just hit that three, which there's only been, I think, 3 attempts at threes, and they're like for the entire game. So yeah, so that's the stats.
So that's our look at the numbers for 8 minutes of action. With about 1 minute gone by here, it's 3-0 in favor of Crestline. Chance to cut into that here for Sauter, who's going to head to the line for a pair of free throws. Tori, I would venture to gather, is the younger sister of Ethan Sauter, standout football player and point guard for the Lucas Cubs, who does more than that. Very versatile kid. He's up. Cousin? I have confirmed it is a cousin of one Ethan Sauter, who is up taking money for tickets today. Helped usher me into the game, so we appreciate these high school kids and all they do. And we're happy to bring you high school sports live and free, always on the OH Report. Offensive foul, moving screen goes against the Bulldogs, and it's going to go against Ivy Stewart. And that's now 16 fouls for both sides. The bonus is getting near, and we're going to see a lot of free throws, is going to be my guess, as we get the rest of the second quarter into the books. And it was a bit of a chippy conversation from head coach Kathy Grovey to her team in between the first and second quarter. Wanting to get more out of her kids. As Nolan came up short there, good hustle, aggressive play to get it inbounds from Shelby, but must have had a foot out of bounds. So here comes Kennedy Sipes being met at midcourt by Sauter. And that's definitely going to be a moving screen. It's going to go against Maddie Engler. coming from the backside, and since it's an offensive foul, I don't think it will put Lucas on the line, and it will not for a 1-and-1. And the personal fouls continue to add up, and that's the second now on Ivy Stewart here in the second. She's going to stay in the game, though. Hannah DeLong won't. Heads over to the bench as Deja Sewell is back into the fold here for Crestline, and it's a 1-and-1 coming for Shelby Grover. Pure on the first stroke. Had a game-high 19 points in the Wayne Roller Tournament against Lexington. It was a loss for Lucas, but Shelby was a standout. Her and her sister both have had a phenomenal season so far up to this point. Shelby and Jamie. Just so limited with the depth here at Lucas. They need a few of these other girls to step up to the occasion, add a third and fourth scoring option at times so it doesn't put all the pressure on the Grovers to consistently have to score near 20 points to be competitive. Sipes gets the bunny loops all tied up tight here. She's got the ball, trying to go inside. And another touchy call here. The officials not allowing much contact to go on either side. It's going to go against Harvey, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 here for Kaiser. Give a quick shout out to my man Danny Kaiser, older brother of Delaney, who was one of my favorite students over at Crestline. Hope Danny's doing well out there, part of the Redhead Club. Are you considered a redhead, Austin? Not quite. Riley Lane back off the bench. Gonna get some minutes here as Harvey sits down, talking things over with head coach Kathy. And one opportunity on the way, Tori Sauter. Let's take one more look at that. And again, looks like it's some super soft contact, but that's the way that the game is being called here today. So 2 points, one more opportunity on the way for Tori. And the junior is able to deliver. So it extends the lead out to 17-8. Is the cushion now for the Lucas Lady Cubs. MBC action here. A couple teams that still early in the season would like to stay in the mix for the Mid-Buckeye crown. Here's Kaiser, great kick out, Store open look, bottoms up. So that gets Crestline now at a double figures, 17-10 they trail. Jamie dribbles left side, tipped by Sipes. Now Tori out to the corner. Drive by Shelby, beautiful looking play off square, comes up short, collects her own miss. Third opportunity here for the Cubs. But they give it away. Sipes calling for the screen, now she'll get one. Dishes off to Sewell, who's fouled on the play. Sauter went to her backside, but it's gonna put Deja on the line. 1-and-1. Bryn Cheney checking back in. Deja cannot connect on the first, so it remains a 7-point advantage here for Lucas. We'll try to add to that here. Shelby with the skip pass. DeLong was there. Got a hand on it. Tipped out of play, but Cubs will hang on to the basketball. Shelby off the bounce. Nice crossover. Got into the lane, and she's good for 2. Bulldogs working to get a good shot here as we're past the midway point of quarter number 2. Sewell domineering down the lane, and she's good off the square. Nice sign here for Crestline. Deja Sewell, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, the only Crestline player in a double-figure average. Long 2 back iron tipped out of bounds. Lucas going to keep the basketball. Much to the chagrin of Coach Strauch. Want to see a little bit better box out there from Cheney. Traveling violation here against Shelby Grover. Hasn't quite found her groove just yet. Lethal scorer. 14.5 per game as a sophomore. See if the aggressive nature of Sewell keeps up. Cheney with a nice screen. Leads to this down the lane. Misfiring, though, was Deja. Rebound collected by Lane. Forced ahead, but a great hustle. Well done there by Tori Harvey. To throw it off the foot of Hannah DeLong. Timeout taking Kathy Grover. It's going to be a full timeout. So take a look down here at the bench of Crestline. And Austin, why don't you go ahead, try to get that microphone close down into the Lucas huddle. Let's get our camera over into the Lucas Cubs huddle here, see if we can listen in a little bit on Kathy. So some cool insight there as you're listening to Kathy Grover, head coach of the Lucas Cubs, letting her team know there are some openings, and specifically in that short corner for some kickouts, try to get some open 3 balls. See how Lucas elects to attack here. It's going to be Jamie Grover. Baseline, cut off, turnover. Well defended that time by Deja. Comes the freshman Sipes, playing a lot of minutes here. DeLong goes to the corner, telegraph that one all the way. Grover with the pickoff. Great move, missed it at the 10. Looked like Shelby was kind of in between taking a jump stop or powering through. Elected to pull up early, missed the shot. And now we've got yet another moving screen. Kyle Strauch hates the call. It's going to go against Deja Sewell, who I don't have the official foul numbers on. She has a minimum of 2. She's going to have to check out. Maddie Engler in for her. And just a bit of a frustrating start here for Crestline as we're 10 minutes into the competition. They just got a dozen points. Been called for a few moving screens, a couple of bad fouls as well. As Lucas gets the shot that Kathy wanted to, that's the kick out that they were eyeing. But Lane could not connect on the shot attempt. So Crestline inside, Cheney hits the rim a couple times, rebound to Grover. Harvey thought about a deep three. Now she drives, back iron, fighting for extra possession. And the foul will go against Bryn Cheney. It's going to put Tori Harvey on the line. And that's been the storyline here early in this game. There's been a lot of foul calls where there's been very little contact. So these players need to learn to adjust. If that's what it's going to be, get used to it. We're at 18 total fouls here in this first half. And this is going to be 2-shot variety. Harvey with the second attempt. Chance to put Lucas at 20 points. But it'll be a lane violation against Harvey, so wipe out the point. And the lead remains at 19-12, where it's been for a few minutes here. Scoring has been at a premium in this one, folks. And we have seen some really lackluster passes by Crestline in this first half, just trying to initiate the offense. Too much eyeing down the intended target. It's been a big part of why Lucas has a 7-point cushion and a chance to add to it here at the offensive end. Open look straight away. Rimmed out from Riley Lane. So it's one and done for Lucas. Crestline with 35 ticks remaining. See if they elect to hold for the final shot or if they just try to get the best look possible and not be married to the idea of having a hold for the final shot. Coach Strauch certainly wants them to be in possession here for the last offensive look of the half. But turning the corner as Sipes bumped on the floor. So she's going to head to the line as Nolan got a ton of basketball, got some hip action too. Two shots on the way for Kennedy. And Kennedy splits the pair. Just a welcome sight to the scoreboard that was getting lonely and bored for a while. It was 19-12 forever. And now Lucas, 5 seconds left. They're going to have to go in a hurry. Here's Grover, the kick out lane at the horn, comes up short. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, it'll be 19-13. Lucas Cubs out in front. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back, break down the first half stats, get you ready for half number 2. Keep it locked and loaded here, live and free high school basketball on a Saturday afternoon, exclusively on the OH Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Watching high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports. Now back to your game. Live and free high school basketball on a Saturday afternoon here at the Cub Cave, where right now Lucas is on top 19-13. They led 10-4 after the first. It was all square, 9-9 there in the second quarter. So Crestline battling there better in the second stanza than they did the first, but just too many turnovers for them. And that's a big reason why Lucas right now with a 6-point cushion. And we love our fans. We want to know, how are you guys watching out there this afternoon? Where are you watching today's contest from? And who are you cheering for? Weigh in on the comment section on both Facebook and YouTube, and we may just mention you on our fan zone. So keep it locked in. We'll take one more time out. We'll be back. We'll have some halftime stats. We'll welcome in intern Austin. He'll break down everything for you, tell you all the numbers that you need to know, and get you ready for half number 2. Live and free high school basketball will return on the OH Report in just a moment.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Watching high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports. Now back to your game. It's halftime here inside of the Cub Cave at Lucas High School, where right now, through 2 quarters of action, it is the Lady Cubs with a 19-13 cushion over the visiting Crestline Bulldogs. My name is Brian Skoronsky, bringing in right now our amazing intern, Austin Michael, who's tracking stats for us, and there are the numbers so far through the first half of play. Austin, there's a lot that you can look at. A lot of even numbers out there as well. What would you say has led so far to the Cubs building the slim margin, though, at this point?
I think the Cubs got their lead because of the work of Sauter, because she does have 8 points, and she only has the only 3 for the team. It seems like the other people on the team are having a little bit of trouble getting up their 3-point game, but since they're able to knock down those threes, and they've been getting very fortunate at the charity stripe, that's what I believe is giving them the lead.
We don't have it tracked up on the halftime stats numbers that you guys are looking at, but turnovers also have been very problematic for Crestline.
Yeah, they have been very problematic. They sit at 13 turnovers for the first half, but it's all because of those offensive fouls. I think it was like 10. There was like 18 total fouls for the first half, which is ridiculous. I mean, as Brian was saying during the stream, they were seeing stuff that we probably couldn't see, I guess. But yeah, the offensive fouls have really been a trouble for Crestline.
A lot of moving screens called so far today. Some of them potentially unwarranted, but the officials are the ones with the whistles. They are in control, and that's what they're seeing so far, as a lot of the other numbers you see are pretty even. Total rebounds, 10 apiece. The free throw line, pretty even as well. Just 1 3-pointer on each side. And as you pointed out to me, the 2 leading scorers right now in Sauter and DeLong, the 2 players that have knocked down those triples. So those are your halftime numbers, as we're just about 20 seconds away from getting the third quarter action back and going here. And that gives me a chance to check your comments real quick. Let's see where you guys are cheering from. How about Morgan Spittler says, "Go Cali. I love you, girl. Go Cubs." Mandy Sowash, one of my former co-workers over there at Crestline High School, watching from Crestline, cheering on her Lady Bulldogs. Todd and Heather Hall would like to see Jamie drive and score. Don't be like Ethan Sauter, with a flexing emoji. Bruce Wyrick, our very own, tuning in, says, "Go Bulldogs." Good call, Ski. Thank you very much. Vincent Cooper cheering on the Cubs. So is Karen Dunlap Cyrus. Kelly Ginther as well says, "Go Cubs." And Tanasia Smith cheering on both teams today. So that is a look at our Facebook feed for the Fan Zone. Thank you guys for weighing in. Always appreciate hearing from our fans. First shot of the third quarter, back iron, no good. Crestline will secure the rebound. It's Deja Sewell racing to the other end. Had to pick up her dribble at the foul line. Now DeLong inside, Cheney from the square, doing some work. So the first 2 here of quarter number 3 go to the Bulldogs. But that's a nice look. Clean shot, rimmed out for Tori Harvey. What a nice first half. Looked like Deja Sewell short-armed that pass. But it worked out in their favor, though. Actually, no, the foul's going to go against Crestline. I thought perhaps it was going to be Shelby Grover. So here comes Sauter. Initiates the offense with the pass over to Jamie. And now the short corner, it's been wide open. Cheney came in. She thought she went straight up. I think was moving just slightly there towards the end. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, nice jump stop. Definitely Tori Sauter beat her to the spot, and that's why Bryn picked up the personal foul. Puts Sauter at the line, and she makes good on the first free throw attempt. Sauter adding to her game high with 9 total points now. Can't make it 10 as it clangs off the rim 3 times, poked out of bounds. Lucas gonna keep it. Last touch by Sewell. Backdoor cut over the head of the intended target, Jamie Grover. So a giveaway here for the Cubs. Crestline with an opportunity to get as close as they have been in a while. Trim it down to a single possession. Lucky that that ended up in the hands of Sewell, who drives off square, collects her own miss. Second opportunity won't fall either. And Harvey comes away with the rock. Hands it off to Grover. Sends it forward. Block shot. How about Hannah DeLong coming from the weak side? Swap. 2 hands. Got a piece of it. Saw that there on the My Mechanics replay. Thank you to Mechanics Bank for sponsoring today's contest. Helping us bring it to you live and free here on the OH Report. And that is the second foul here in the third quarter already against Cheney, just over 2 minutes into the action. And it's going to put Tori Sauter on the line. Familiar spot for her. Was just here. And now she's misfired on her last 2 attempts. Cheney checks out. Kaiser back into the mix. Sophomore Delaney on the inside, blocking out. As that one falls through, 21-15 now. Lady Cubs with the advantage. Sewell wasn't quite ready for that pass. Don't think the offense was perhaps set to go to her. And then she gets it inside, and Hannah DeLong delivers with 2. Cubs trying to find a spark, but instead, reading the passing lane was DeLong. It's going to be Crestline basketball. Somehow. Let's see this replay again. DeLong touches it again, and is the only player to touch it. So a break here for the Crestline Lady Dogs. See if they can capitalize on this possession. It's going to be DeLong, starting to get aggressive, and she knocks down the 3. Hannah DeLong starting to fill it out here, and the senior taking matters into her own hands. As it's now just a 1-point cushion for the Lucas Cubs, who have an air ball here. And after some discussion from the officials, it is going to be Bulldog basketball. (21-20). Crestline back within 1, looking to gain the lead. And it's DeLong again, this time too strong off the square. Rebound taken by Jamie. Draws the double quickly, unloads it to Shelby. Beautiful look inside, but it rattles out. Tori Harvey, point blank range. Can't find the bottom, but the Cubs are going to find another possession here. Shelby off the drive, sets up a wide open Tori Harvey, and just nobody playing offense efficiently here for Lucas. 1 point for him so far through over 4 minutes of action. But they'll benefit here from a Crestline giveaway. Those have been collecting throughout the afternoon. Timeout taken by the Cubs. It's now 15 giveaways for the Bulldogs. And I think that look on Jamie Grover's face kind of tells it all. Just no continuity offensively for the Lady Cubs. Reason why Kathy Grover wanted to talk things over with her young charges. Try to pick up the confidence level here. And as we're closing in on the 2 o'clock hour, I'd venture to guess that our second live stream of the day at Upper Sandusky probably coming to a close if it has not already. Got another one on the way from Centerburg as well that'll begin at 2:30. And then 2 boys games for you coming up tonight on the OH Report. We'll be over at Northmore. They tip off at 6 o'clock. And then at 6:30, Upper Sandusky boys will be back in action, taking on Seneca East. Yours truly will be on the call for that one as well. Triple duty for myself today after taking in some swimming this morning. It was cool. Our very first ever swimming live stream on the OH Report. Brought that to you live and free from Malabar Middle School. And you can't give that girl that much space. Normally, misfiring this time, though, was Shelby Grover, but a battle inside for the rebound leads to a foul against Hannah DeLong. And it's going to be Cubs basketball. 4 fouls so far against Crestline here in this third quarter. None yet assessed to the Lucas Cubs. That's a nice, clean look right there, and it will tickle the twine. So the first basket here of the third quarter took Lucas 4.5 minutes to get, but it is Jamie Grover finally taking the lid off of the hole. Hannah DeLong has been the spark plug for Crestline here in this third quarter. Grover riding the body just a little bit, picks up the personal foul. Take one more look at this. You know, there have been a lot of tough foul calls, but as I've already mentioned on a few occasions, it doesn't matter. I mean, if that's how the officials are going to call the game, it may not be a foul in your mind, but when that referee blows the whistle like he did right here for the double dribble and turnover number 16 now for the Crestline Lady Bulldogs, that is the law out here on the hardwood. Jamie initiates to Katie Nolan. Thought about going inside, had a couple of different options, including Harvey that was cutting to the basket. And now she does get it. Beautiful look inside, and Harvey comes through with the bucket. Take one more look at that. Awesome offense here for the Lucas Cubs. That's been their best look here of third quarter play. Last 4 points now belonging to Lucas. And back-to-back turnovers now for Crestline, who started to find a groove. And just as that happens, 2 of their senior guards with turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Just kills your momentum. Look at that pass inside. Now Kaiser harassed. Jump ball is going to be the call. See, here's Delaney stepping through. It did look like a bit of the basketball on the hand there of Tori Harvey. Now the offensive foul is going to be the call. That's going to go against the Cubs. Gives possession narrow back over to Crestline. And forces Tori Sauter, who just picked up the personal, to come take a seat. Riley Lane off the bench, the only bench player here today for the Lucas Cubs. Going just 6 deep with Ryan Culler out today with an injury. So they're shorthanded. And now it's just a one-possession game as Sewell off the drive comes up with 2 more points. And a giveaway by the Cubs, so Crestline starting to get some mounting confidence here. DeLong driving, lost her footing. Able to collect the basketball. Timeout taken by Kyle Strauch and the Bulldogs. It's going to be a full timeout. There's a good look here at Coach Strauch and the Bulldogs, trying to end a 3-game slide after a 2-0 start. Crestline balanced scoring basically all season long. Deja School leads them with right around 10 points per game. DeLong next with 9. Ivy Stewart 8.5. Haven't got much from Ivy today scoring wise. 4 points. DeLong's really had to pick it up. She's got a dozen. Leads all scorers to this point. And I think they're going to need more from her. She seems to be the guard that has the most confidence right now for Crestline. Though I do like this freshman, Kennedy Sipes, a bit fearless. With time, her decision-making will get better. But probably, I think arguably, the best ball handler that they have on the team. Gets it inside. Nice pass decision to Sewell. But the rebound is taken by Grover. Drive and scoring. Callie Nolan. Senior adding to the lead. 27-22 now is the count as we approach 60 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Money time. Just about on the way here from the Cub Cave. Can Crestline dip into this deficit? DeLong certainly going to try. Comes up short. Kaiser offensive rebound and the putback. How about Delaney Kaiser? Great position, got inside, and she goes good off the square for 2. So now just a one-possession game. Lucas appears as though they are looking for the best shot. It's going to be a foul here against Deja Sewell. I believe that's her 3rd. So Engler, the sophomore, is going to set her down for the last 28 seconds. And who knows, maybe a chunk of the 4th to start. Shelby Grover has to give it up, but finds an open teammate. Riley Lane puts it home. Now full court zone pressure. Now fading back into a man-to-man here for the Lady Cubs. Crestline looking for the last shot. It's DeLong, off balance, puts it up, and that is off the square and no good. As we
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
watching high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports. Now back to your game. Fourth quarter action just underway here inside of the Lucas Cubs Cave, where right now it is a 29-24 cushion for the home team over Crestline, who nearly turned it over, but inside Delaney Kaiser tried to add two. Misfire, offensive rebound, kickoff, and that one's off the mark. My name is Brian Skronsky, joined by Austin Michael now, who's got the mic, but 2 points right there. Bit of a mic drop for Jamie Grover. Extends the lead. What'd you see there in the third quarter, though, Austin?
So in the third quarter, we really saw DeLong for Crestline take over. She knocked down another three, her second one of the night. And we saw how, the Crestline got 4 back-to-back offensive fouls and just got racked up those turnovers. I think the shot selection needs to be a little bit better to keep down those turnovers and rebounds. And it's been a pretty competitive third quarter, and now we're going into the fourth. Definitely got to turn on the intensity to close out this game.
All right, thanks for that input, Austin. It was a 11-10 edge for Crestline, outscoring Lucas slightly in the third after it was a 9-9 second quarter. So it's been the Bulldogs getting their act together after a slow first. And a nice drive there inside by Callie Nolan puts her on the line. If you're just joining us, Lucas opened the game with a 10-4 advantage after 1 quarter of play. Then, like I mentioned, Crestline over the last 2 quarters has outscored Lucas just slightly, 20-19. Substitutions on both sides. Sees Tori Sauter enter the mix. Bryn Cheney on the floor, along with Deja Sewell as well for the Crestline Lady Bulldogs. And it's an empty trip to the free throw line for Lucas. Every point, of course, is going to matter here in a tight game like this. DeLong forces one up. Ill-advised shot there, drew a double team. But Hannah, I feel like, senses that she kind of has to carry the load offensively. Got half of her team's points right now. Cheney did well to just go straight up there. Affected the shot by Sauter without even jumping. But Lucas still is going to end up on the free throw line. It's going to be Tori Harvey. All set up by the nice tip out by Jamie Grover. And a bit of frustration there on the face of DeLong, as looked like she got into her box out a bit early, and that's what led to the foul. Harvey had a tiptoe over the line there, so even if that would have dropped, it wouldn't have counted. As Ivy Stewart finally makes her way back into the game. I believe she's got 3 fouls, probably will go the rest of the way here. And it's now the largest lead of the afternoon for the Lady Cubs. 8-point advantage. DeLong. Little shorty inside. Wasn't able to force it up and over there over Harvey. Oh, they had Cheney wide open, exactly what they wanted. That one clangs off the backboard. 3-point attempt from DeLong. And I heard Kyle Strauk was a little disappointed that they got exactly the look that they were trying to set up. They just didn't make the entry pass. Bulldogs working around. Deja off the drive. Overshot everything. Bryn working, gets the offensive board, so another opportunity, and Tasia again just barrels her way down the lane. Bang. Goes right at Shelby Grover, who, if she would have had her feet set, probably would have drew an offensive foul. Timeout, 30-second timeout taken by the Lucas Cubs. I'd like to take this quick opportunity to thank all of our fans out there that make what we do worthwhile. Everybody who's watching live and free, appreciate each and every one of our fans, and it's been such a cool experience here for the Ohio Report to grow in the manner that we have. Just had our first ever company New Year's party yesterday, and to see all the smiling faces, all the many people that have joined our team just within the last 6 months has been fantastic, and we love bringing you live and free coverage each and every week here on the OH Report. My name is Brian Skowronski, founder of the company. With you on the call here today, joined by Austin Michael, keeping stats and chiming in, letting us know what all the numbers mean throughout the contest. Jory Hollenbeck is on the ones and twos, if you will. She's running the camera, bring you all the nice shots. And Sewell with a nice shot there. Brings the Bulldog 1 point closer. Sipes came over, but I think just a shade late. See nobody there to defend. Callie Nolan took advantage off the drive, but comes up short on the first free throw attempt. So the free throw pair gets split, and Sewell off the pull-up shuffled her shoes for turnover number 18. Crestline has handled the ball much better here in the second half. I believe they had 13 giveaways at the break. And you can see they are letting Tori Harvey have that shot all day long, and if she's going to come up with execution like that, you understand the strategy. Airballing the shot attempts. Lady Cubs pick up half court man-to-man. Double team comes over. It's Grover. Forces the ball to be on the floor. And that's turnover number 19 now. Nice move. Shelby Grover comes through. Look at the quickness here. Whoop! Right around the defender. Stewart was there to make the play, but just couldn't keep up. Too much speed, and it's the biggest lead of the night now for Lucas. Double-digit cushion, and Coach Strauk wants to talk about it. Since the game's starting to get away from them and trailing by 10, they've only topped 10 points in a quarter once so far today. So offense, as you can tell by our scoreboard, has not come easy for either side. A lot of open looks. Just think a poor shooting day for each of these squads. And for the Lady Dogs, definitely a lack of execution at times. Turnovers have been a problem. 20 now for them. Only 13 for Lucas. So that's a pretty big differential when you can have 7 extra possessions against your opponent. But still over half of the fourth quarter to go. Lady Dogs with plenty of time to mount a comeback here. I mean, it just takes a couple of baskets, gets you within a 2-possession game, and then you take it from there. Can only finish the sandwich one bite at a time. Don't want to try to jam the whole thing in your mouth all at once, and that's going to be the task here for the Bulldogs, to try to just nibble their way back into this game. But right now it's Lucas with possession and a chance to add to their lead. This the biggest of the night too, or the afternoon I should say. This matinee tip-off. And I'm sure that the message for Kathy Grover to her squad was to take it easy here. No need to rush a shot. And if they're going to leave you all alone in the corner like they are right here, you know, take them with confidence if you're going to take them. That one overshot by Nolan. And now DeLong with the nice dribbling is able to create some numbers here for Crestline. She again draws the double, has to kick it out to Stewart. Sipes off the screen, comes middle. Now inside, Cheney off the post up. Sewell fighting for an extra possession there for the Bulldogs. Can't collect it. Now we're going to get to see the little engine that could. Emma Kirby checking in for the first time today, the 5-foot guard. One of my favorite all-time students my year over at Crestline. Happy to see Emma out there and playing now, as that's a heck of a backdoor cut. Nice catch too by Sauter, but she missed it at the rim. So the deficit remains 10 here for Crestline, starting to run out of possessions. They got to start coming through with some buckets here. This would help. DeLong from straight away. Off the front rim. Cheney with the tie-up. Possession arrow, though, to the Cubs. Crestline going to have to start turning up the heat defensively. Lucas, of course, going to be in no rush here at the offensive end. And matter of fact, if they can just hold possession here, wipe some time off this clock, that's the best case scenario for them. And as I say that, a bit of an ill-advised drive there from Tori Sauter. Luckily, the ball ends up in the hands of Grover to the other Grover, and she makes good. Tough shot there. Let's see that again. Do a double team step through. And Shelby Grover with the big bucket. I think that's all gonna ice things here. Sewell tried to make me eat my words, but that one rolled out off the rim. So the lead now a dozen. And offensively, Crestline has been pretty putrid here in the fourth. They've got 1 point. Bulldogs have totally fallen off here down the stretch. Now Crestline trying to get a foul. You see the look on Kirby's face. She's like, I'm trying to push her in the back, coach. And that's the irony sometimes of officiating. There's been knick-knack calls all day. Then all of a sudden they actually want a foul and they can't get one. 2 shots now for Grover. Shelby Grover's got 10 points today. So does Sauter, both leading the way for the Cubs. It's over half of their offensive output today, just those 2 players. But when you only have 6 players on the roster, somebody got to score for you. Shelby couldn't that time at the free throw line, 0 for 2. So leaves the window just barely ajar for Crestline, but not if they continue to shoot like this. No baskets for the Bulldogs here in the fourth quarter. And the Lady Cubs heading to the free throw line. Well, no, the foul's actually against Crestline. believe it was Sauter who picked up the personal, and she might have just fouled out. DeLong knifes her way through. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Another look at Hannah's nice drive. And defensively there, it looked like Lucas just elected to call off the Dogs. Everyone's standing with their hands straight up. Just allowing Hannah to knife through to get Crestline's first basket here in the fourth quarter. Trims the margin down to 37-27. Just don't think there's enough time for Crestline to get back into this game. So if the Cubs are able to hang on, this would be just the second win of the season for them against 3 losses. They do get it inbounds to Jamie. Now back to Callie. So Coach Strauch electing not to foul here, just telling his girls to play firm defense. If you come up with a turnover, that's great. If not, and right as I say that, of course, Maddie Engler is going to put Grover on the line. 2 shots coming up. 10 team fouls now on the Lady Dogs. The sophomore buries the first after missing both attempts on her last trip to the line. And splits this pair, though. So we're down to the final 5 seconds. This will probably be the last shot. It's going to be the long. Comes up short. One more attempt at the horn. That one short as well. And that will take us to the conclusion of today's Mid-Buckeye Conference showdown, taken by the Lady Cubs 38-27. Not a lot of offense here, but the Cubs got enough to get it done here inside of the Cub Cave at home. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back to break down final stats for you guys and have an interview with our player of the game today. So weigh in on the comment section on both Facebook and YouTube. Let me know, who do you think is worthy of winning today's Mechanics Bank player of the game? And we'll line up an interview with that player. Keep it locked in. The OH Report will return in just a moment.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
A lot of defense to be able to stop them, and we work as hard as we can, and we try to communicate as best as we can.
All right, so Tori Sauter joining us, our player of the game for today. And tell me about moving forward and what's next for this Lady Cubs team. You get a little bit of confidence here, but what's the next step and where do you go from here?
From here, we just want to start winning as many games as we possibly can and become a team better. Like, we have different girls that haven't played together in a while or even played together at all, so we just want to become a team and have that chemistry. Yeah,
just 7 total players on the roster. You only had 6 today. Tell me about some of the challenges that presents for your squad.
So it's hard, conditioning-wise especially. We try to condition as much as we can with having games so close together. We don't want to get hurt or tired. So with the 6 girls, we condition as best as we can, and we try to get up and down the court.
All right, well, congratulations on winning our player of the game and winning the game overall. Thank you very much, Tori, for joining us. All right, we'll step aside one more time. We'll be back with final stats and wrap things up here from the fabulous Cub Cave in Lucas, Ohio. So keep it with us. The OH Report will return in just a moment.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Watching high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports. Now back to your game. Final score here from the Lucas Cub Cave, 38 for the home team, 27 for Crestline, as the Cubs win their 2nd game so far in the early going of the season. My name is Brian Skoronsky, joined now by Austin Michael, who is going to weigh in on the final stats of the night. And boy, just 20 made field goals between these two teams, but just 8 for Crestline. The Bulldogs, outside of a very tiny little window where Hannah DeLong, I believe, had back-to-back buckets, they just never were able to get any continuity and no confidence.
Mm-hmm. And I think it was mainly because of the offensive fouls. It kept disrupting the momentum that they were bringing when they would go on those big runs. And I I mean, just getting fouls in general, it's very hard to keep the momentum of the offense going because then, you turn over the ball and then they have the chance to slow down the pace. And, yeah, so the offensive fouls really killed their momentum.
Bulldogs were able to double up the Lady Cubs with 8 offensive rebounds to just 4. However, the turnover differential is what was the killer there. While they were getting extra possessions in that way, they were also giving away the ball far too many times. 22 turnovers for Crestline, only 14 for Lucas. That obviously was another big factor.
Yeah, I think along with the offensive fouls, the passing was really sloppy. But if they were able to, get those open looks, get those good passes, I feel like it would have been a closer game than, an 11-point kind of cushion at the fourth quarter.
So Lucas, as mentioned, wins their second game of the season. Crestline stays at 2 wins on their year, as it's potentially a key Mid-Buckeye Conference victory here for the Lady Cubs. And our player of the game, Tori Sauter, who just joined us a few moments ago. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage from here inside of the Cub Cave. Want to thank all of you out there for watching and everybody that pays attention to the OH Report. We love each and every one of our fans, and we appreciate you all. So my name is Brian Skronsky. I want to thank Austin Michael as well for coming out here tracking stats and keeping you guys informed, and also thank our camera person, Jory Hollenbeck, for all the great footage that she provided today. That's going to do it here from the Cub Cave. Plenty more live streams to catch on the OH Report today. 3 more games, one just tipping off right now. Fredericktown versus Centerburg. That's girls hoops as well. So if you want to keep watching high school sports, we've got you covered there. And then 2 boys games going down tonight at Northmore and Upper Sandusky. So appreciate everybody for watching. So long from the Cub Cave. We'll catch you next time.